Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Banishers Monday. That's not a new thing. We're not making that a thing. Um, but tonight we're playing more Banishers: Ghost of New Eden. Everybody is a weenus. That's a joke that I don't know how well that'll age. But there's a new Game Changer episode on tonight, and if you have a Dropout subscription, I definitely recommend watching it because it's, as they usually are, weird and good. And I don't want to spoil it beyond that, so that's as much as I'll say about it. But we just watched it, and there's a brainworm in it, and not like literally, but in like, you know how sometimes a thing gets stuck in your head? It's like that. Um, so if I say stuff that is more nonsensical than usual tonight, how would you tell? But also, it's probably a reference to that. New episode of Game Changer Al is what I was just talking about, which is a game show slash psyop that I just find myself continuously fascinated by. And yeah, tonight's episode was a doozy. But never mind all that. We're playing a game about Ghostbusters, sort of. Um, it's somewhere we're ghost investigating. We're also trying to bring a ghost back to life. Um, but really, we're trying to do that by figuring out what created the nightmare in this town. A nightmare who is currently squatting on the body of Antea, which is the thing that we need for to bring her back to life. We also need a lot of life essence, but never mind all that. That'll happen in due course. First, we need to solve a mystery. Mystery is very important. Hello, Al. Hello, Bob. Hope you're both doing well. Last time out, we ran into Seeker again in the Meyer Marshes, and we caught a ride on a boat. And then we headed along to meet Ceridian, who had a lovely grandmotherly energy, and chatted with us about the mission that we're on, essentially. Um, Let us know that in order to bring the nightmare within striking distance, I think more or less was the summary. We have to bring the local terror level down, so we're gonna have to help the people of New Eden and surrounding areas with their stuff, and then once they're doing better and not quite so terrified all the time, that will weaken the nightmare, and then we can go do a fisticuffs and get Antea's body back and bring her back to life. But first, we have to help the people, which I appreciate Red Antea saying, "Oh, so we have to help the people who created the nightmare in the first place," kinda, through their actions or lack thereof, which is more or less the gist of the paradox of the whole situation. But we'll find out more about that as we continue to dig into the whole situation. Um, so that's kind of where we're starting. We also got a cool magical tuning fork from Seeker that lets us traverse the void. The void is a place where the banished and also potentially the blamed end up. And there's at least something there that was calling out for Antea, so that's a thread we'll pick up on much later. But it also means that any ghost that we don't specifically ascend, we may have to face in their angry and kind of monstrous form again whenever we travel the void, which is a thing we'll have to do at least once more when we decide to head back to New Eden Town. We're not doing that tonight because it's too dangerous there now. The nightmare is still too strong. First, we have to go find people what need helping and do that helping. And we're about to come up to a crossroads of sorts, really more of a T intersection, where we'll have to choose between which of the basically the game's other major choice and a much less pivotal one, which is essentially which of the two chapter twos do you want to do first? In a much less interesting way, I guess, than Slay the Princess. There are out from here two major settlements, and we get our choice of which one we want to help. We're going to help both of them. It's just a question of order. So we're that's tonight's agenda is deciding where we want to go and starting figuring out what their deal is and what they need, and then helping them out. Again, all with the ultimate goal of bringing the terror level down so that we can do fisticuffs upon a nightmare and get a body back. That's the agenda. Um, but yeah, before we get into all that, we have some content warnings to talk about, which are these ones. This game deals with death. Probably obvious, what with Ghost in the name, but the game deals with death frequently and grief, and almost every character we meet has been affected with death in a very personal way. Um, Either they're a ghost themselves, they know a ghost, or they will know a ghost. So it is just going to be a current and inescapable theme that we're going to see treated from several angles. So I want to mention that one every time. We're also going to see instances of sexism, racism, and domestic abuse that kind of make their way to the edges of some of these storylines. So I wanted to obviously forewarn on those fronts. Body horror definitely factors in here. There are corpses that come back to life and shamble about, but there are also a couple of instances that are a bit more horrific than that. I should be able to call those out when we get a little bit closer to them. Violence against animals, in addition to kind of zombie wolves that are also just regular wolves that we have to fight occasionally. And then alcoholism. There are a number of instances of characters who either are referenced to abuse alcohol, or I think there's at least one quest that centers pretty heavily on the whole situation. If we get to that one, I'll be able to call it out. For more detailed warnings, visit the doesthedogdie.com entry for Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, or click on the link in our CW tag. We'll take you to the full list there, which has a number of spoiler tagged entries so that you can avoid those at your leisure. All right. I think that's all the things. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we will do this thing. I keep meaning to, like, go back to this game between streams and do, like, cleanup and side stuff so that I can get us a bunch of the, like, ingredients that we'll need, or upgrade materials, or maybe even clear out some of, like, the side quests and stuff that I don't intend to do on stream, but still kind of want to do so that we don't end up, like, under-leveled for new areas. Except I keep ending stream with us in situations that I can't easily, like, back us out of, and I did it again last time. So we're exactly where we left off last time. And I hope that doesn't ultimately leave us in a bed. So far, it hasn't been a problem, so maybe we're okay. But, like, hopefully at some point we get to somewhere that I can actually, like, off stream, like, grind some of the side content and catch up, because I remember at some point things get a little bit tougher. So far they haven't, and we're okay. But, like, at some point I expect things to get a little bit more difficult. I think this is actually the autosave, which is not the one I want. Let's grab... I think it's this one. Is it this one? This one? Yes, you. There. There we go. Now then.
The hell was that? Ceridian's key was supposed to get us through unnoticed.
I don't know.
So that's the game telling us that there'll be more doorways to the void that we can find and fuck around with. In case we want to go back and do that again. No. No.
Are you all right?
I'll do. But that nightmare over there, we know so little about it. That worries me. What about you?
Whatever the reason, that nightmare is here because of something these men and women did. New Eden reeks of their guilt. I died because of them. Curse these people. Curse them and their secrets and their sins.
We'll get there.
We always do.
Are those breaches really safe?
We were protected.
You heard the whispers, the despair, and that one voice. It called to you. Something knew you were there. It saw you. I thought... For a moment, I thought of them. Those poor butchered boys. I swear in the void I heard their screaming. Wains. Sent to die for their Sultan's pride. It was like I was back in the Balkans.
You're you, and you're here with me, right now.
I will be. Soon, I hope. This void. Is it hell? Is that what we saw? Is that what we've been sending all those ghosts we've banished? Or is it limbo? A timeless in-between filled with tortured souls?
When we banish a ghost, we destroy it. The teaching is clear.
What if the teaching is wrong?
I heard the voices. They worry me too. But the teaching can't be wrong.
We should have known where we were sending those poor souls. What if you end up there too?
All is well. As long as we stay together, all is well.
Aye. All is well. Right.
I still say, if you could stay as a ghost with the cool ghost powers, maybe we should entertain that as an option C.
Sika wasn't lying about the burned-down bridge.
Which way? North by the mountains or south through the lowlands?
Let's pick one and see where it takes us.
But first,
I need to stop at some point. Here would be all right.
here we go. Stuff. More stuff. This game loves to give you stuff. A lot of it is largely useless. The Incarnate and the Invisible. As Theano of Crotone? Crotone? Crotone. As Theano of Crotone wrote centuries ago, our world exists in two forms, depending on how humans perceive it. A place of heat and fire and warm earth, the Incarnate is the world as perceived by the living. A place of cold and water and iced earth, the Invisible is the world as perceived by the spirits of the dead. This is the truth unknown or misunderstood by most. As witches, we are able to see the invisible without supernatural help, with innate talent or hard training. For most humans, perceiving the invisible is in its entirety requires that a willing spirit share their vision. This means that the human must be haunted by that spirit. There must be a soul tie between them. And while ghosts may cross the boundary and affect the Incarnate in small ways, sound, colder heat, dark shadows, that unnerving feeling that someone is in an empty room with you, etc., for most of them see the Incarnate in all its dimensions, sounds, colors, living beings, etc., requires a living human or physical item that acts as a hook or beacon into the physical world. Both the Incarnate and the Invisible are defined by space and time. Theano and all the antic seekers were so right about geometry and magic. Since I journeyed in both realms, I now understand the experience of a being within. I now understand the experience of a being within it is very different. A small room in the Incarnate could feel like the whole world in the Invisible. A short moment in the Incarnate could stretch for weeks in the Invisible. Or a week could pass in the blink of an eye. and although spirits having once been part of the incarnate may perceive it, at times even interact with it in limited ways, they tend to see the world of the living as blurry and indistinct, or as a flat backdrop, like painted stage scenery, especially when they linger alone. Only when they focus on a specific person or place can they see them as they are. They slowly forget the big picture. They lose the world as a whole, since they are lost in between. As witches, it is our duty to help them find their place and help the living be safe, even if those will hate is since they can't see like we do, nor accept the truth we know. The Seeker. Another fire directly on a wooden floor. Hey, Bedroad. Crotone. Okay. And yeah, it's just gonna be an ongoing problem. Right, we have. I mean, with rifle stock, I never remember that I can actually do that. Ooh, hang on. Front dodge, never use that. Damage dealt by red is increased up to 15% the higher the health points. Yeah, alright. Higher our health, the more damage we do. It's just free damage. Wait, it wasn't that. It was we got this. Okay, so I can give Kate her rifle back because we have a new gun. Rifle weak spot hits increase damage by 20. Each weak spot hit with the rifle increases the damage of the rifle by 40%. This effect can be cumulated resets after a miss. That's pretty good. So every time we hit a weak shot, or a weak spot, all damage with the rifle is increased by 40%, and then each time we hit a weak spot, it goes up 40%. That's pretty spicy. And for you. Lovely. Yeah, alright. And then it also raises vitality by quite a lot. Okay, yeah. Well, we can get Kate her stuff back. So there's this. Charged heavy restores health. That's quite good. What else we got? We got this outfit, which I do actually like this outfit. That's our default outfit, which is not great. And that, which is not great. Alright. Sippy cup. Upgrade. Oh. Fabulous. Alright. That was a joke. I think you are right. Okay, that's fair. A crotone is just call. Let's grab what we got here. Okay, we're still getting the same ingredients we were previously. So we haven't moved to like a new tier. Oh, here we go. Alright, so New Edentown is that way where the bridge is broken. Harrow's Hamlet, and then Fort Jericho is that way. Alright, got it. Well, let's finish gathering stuff here at the crossroads. Yoink. Look up for stuff to shoot. Alright. Let's go north. Hey, there we go. We got a crotone.
I'd like to see the Highlands again one day. These mountains aren't bad, but they're no Ben Nevis.
Yours is a hill compared to Pico Torquino. My mountain is bigger than yours.
But my island is bigger than yours. Call it a draw.
Let's see, are we supposed to go down this way? We go up this way, we go up this way. I do appreciate that games have started doing the objective markers kind of along the way instead of just one overall objective marker, but it's in like each step of the journey is nice. Hello there. How'd that feel? A nice shield. Listen, that was well timed. Friend absolutely would have been dead. They still will be, but like, you know, not as fast. We're not gonna make this in time. Dang.
Get the hell out of there!
Yeah, we're gonna.
Not the sound of a corpse cocking its gun.
Can we line of sight them? I think we can. Ha! Parry this. That'll do. Now then. Come on. Come on, draw your weapon.
I'm under threat.
There. Not exactly a high noon situation, but you know. There we go. Yeah, okay, we go this way, and then up the wall. In the crevasse. And down. Hooray! Anything over here? Yeah! Gimme. Some wool. Probably very wet wool, given this weather. No, just hanging out? Alright, fair enough. Ah, finally somewhere dry.
Mines. The mountains must be rich in ore. Looks a bit rickety.
It's built for a team. One man alone should be fine. Should be.
Why call this quest isolation as we step into a mine? That's troubling. Didn't think we'd be here that long. Alright, first of all. Aha! There, wow. That's a lot of roller coasters. Okay. We'll deal with that when we get up there. Ooh, new stuff. Sulfur polypore. That's a fun combination. Alright. Yep. Still fun. Alright, we can break these down. Aha!
Doing that.
Poor guy. Alright, go over here. Okay. Roller coaster number 2. Okay, I see.
Almost there.
Perfect. Alright. That's a way to drop down. Grab that. Oh. Alright, there was a second one up there. Yeah, let's head back. Back we go. Yeah, okay. Don't think I can shoot that from here. Maybe if we drop down one? Can we get under the obstruction? No. Okay. Ooh. Alright. And this is giving us different paths. Seems good. Oh wait, we've been here before. Well, let's grab this while we're here. Oop, hang on. I see a thing. That's the wrong me.
Almost there.
Alright. It's 2. So we just need the right angle. If only I knew what the right angle was. Alright, for now we're going back this way. Just retracing my steps. It's not there. Right, ray tracing our steps, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I can. It feels like I should be able to shoot that. I understand why I can't. Oh, do I have to get up there somehow? Just takes me back where I was. Do, 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 do. Okay, we haven't been over there. Head back. We go here? We didn't go this way. Yep.
Not a pleasant way to die.
There's a pleasant way to die, is there?
That makes a fair point. Whoa. Aha, okay. Yes, maybe? Is this the top? This is the top. Okay. Alright. Wait, no. That's the top. Shit. Alright. Wait, this is. Aha! We did it.
The lift should be freed now.
Okay, that was it. That was what we needed. Hooray! Now. Down. And down. Nope, nope. Yep. Hooray! Down. Hey. All of this to operate an elevator.
These beams look fragile.
It's basically Minecraft.
Would you rather climb?
If it up to me, I wouldn't be here to begin with.
Red's knee's gotta be hurting, yeah. Oh, there she is. Perfectly normal glowing treasure chest. Oh, we have a whole bunch of these, and they're all at the same level, which is nice. Alright, so that's... Oh, this is the dodge into punch, which is... I like that maneuver. Punch is increased by 50%, but the spirit points cost of... Ooh. Ooh. So punch damage goes up by half, but also every time... So every time we use Antea's basic attack, it also reduces Antea's health pool, essentially, and then when she runs out, we automatically switch back to red, and every time red attacks, it builds her health back up. This essentially means that all of Antea's attacks do more damage, but deplete her health faster, which is... It's an interesting trade-off. It just means that we'd essentially spend less time on her and then switch back. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. Could be fun. If we find...
Can he beat the snow? My sisters and I used to have snowball fights all the time. Of course, they always had to win. What about you?
I once went to Cambridge with my mentor, Nicolas Fatio de Dillier, to visit his friend Isaac. Now, Mr. Newton is a great scientist, but he and Nicolas did drone on. Looking out the window, I saw... white. I went into the courtyard. Snowflakes drifted slowly down. I'd like to say I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I danced in the snow in the courtyard at Cambridge University.
Love that. It certainly sounds like she met Isaac Newton. I feel like spending less time as Antea is a bad plan. That's kind of where I'm at. And we've already got the ability to up the value of her punch by 30% just by doing a sidestep right before it without having it cost any more anyway. So I don't know that that's worth it. If we find some like really weird there is, I think it's either a talent or another piece of gear that causes her attacks to also regenerate spirit energy based on the damage of the attack. If we find that piece, then that piece of gear kind of pays for itself, but until we find that, I don't know that it's worth it. There we go. And in we go. Woohoo! That talent still feels busted. The fact that switching to Antea reloads the rifle so that when we switch back, we just have a quick shot ready to go. It's delicious. Quick mist? Quick mist. At least I think it's quick mist.
Yes, nearby.
Quick mist usually has a directional. Oh, there it is. Jeez. I don't know how well it's showing up on screen, but there's usually this kind of like cone pointing you towards the source of the quick mist. So there's a moment where I'm like, I don't know where to go. So it's over here somewhere? There it is. There you are. Weird alien mold thing. And now we get attacked. This time I remember.
Die, you bastard!
Nice backstep. Well done.
Careful. They mean business now.
Get lost, won't you?
No problem. Oop. That. On our way. Hey. Nope, wisps.
Oh, shite.
Yep. Oh, there. Oh, hi.
Almost there.
Ooh. Good trade, good trade.
Watch. That harvester switched form.
Physical to spectral.
I thought I...
I'll
okay.
get you eventually.
Thought I dodged through that, but I guess not. Woo! There we go, that one worked.
It's going to attack.
Get in there.
Get the
Probably
hell out
parry
of there.
that. Oh, I'm standing in the bad place. Okay, so can parry it and will parry it. Woo! Okay. Mind. There we go, that's your face. Get away, get away.
Throws you bastard.
Ooh. Alright. Woo! Alright. Here, have some of that. Up. Got you in the face. Woo! There.
A harvest.
Ooh.
Wonder how many other species of scourge New Eden has in store.
Perish the thought.
Up we go. A wraith crossed with a thorn bush.
Something's concealed.
would have loved to have parried one of those attacks once, but you know, it's better to just finish the fight than to let yourself get smacked around. Usually. Sometimes you can do both. Aha. Take the lift. Well, if you insist. Eh? Behind me. Wait, hang on. Chloe. I'm hearing... I'm hearing the spectral whispers. Is it a haunted gondola? A ghostola? That's right, I will slap ghost onto every word I can find. Ooh, okay, got it. Alright, so come down here and open it. And then we can go up the stairs. I thought you looked like a door. Hey, are you the one whispering? If you're a haunted chest, you have to tell me. Oh, it's you? Is it you? I didn't realize those whispered. They're usually way off in the distance. It's the closest I've been to one. What have I been shooting this whole time? Okay, well, let's take a gondola ride and think about it, why don't we? Andy, they do drop loot called soul shards. Where do you think they were coming from?
You did well back there. I might have to increase your pay.
Had your doubts, did you?
Don't get cocky. There's always more to learn. Key thing about a scourge?
E. Mm,
It's really bloody angry.
But that's true of most specters. A scourge will always seek a new physical body, often made of different materials. Very poor. Perhaps you'd prefer an easier question? On the nature of a ghost, perhaps?
Ghosts have ties, objects through which they're bound to someone living.
You are the opposite of Charles. Good at the practical, terrible at the academic. I hope it's enough.
I think I'm okay being the opposite of Charles. Not actually sure I like Charles all that much. Purple thing. Explore. Alright, we gotta figure out... We gotta go back and get, Oh, what was that? It was an incredible name. Fear God something. An old sick mouth. Since I've arrived in New Eden, I have been amazed by the lack of knowledge gathered about the area. It is like for the settlers, history of the place began when they arrived. Oh, that's an incredible sentence. Seeker told us about someone who had made a number of chests that are locked with essentially like curse magic, and in a very Puritan naming convention way, his first name was Fear God, Fear hyphen God, um, as in one ought to fear God. And I can't remember what his last name was, but just the fact that his first name was Fear God, and it was just like she introduced it like, oh, you need to go see like Fear God O'Connor, and I'm like, I'm sorry, who? And I like that Red had the same response, but we need to seek him out to figure out the ritual to unbind the weird bound chest things, and that's what the little purple thing that we just picked up is part of the key to unlocking another one. No wonder they often feel clueless when facing unexpected events, since they cannot refer to the stories each generation transmits to the next. But we are far from being the first inhabitants of these wild lands, so I intend to collect in these humble pages the fragments of this unrevealed past, thanks to the few natives and elders who trust me. For instance, sudden epidemic seems to have regularly struck this beautiful valley. According to my research, the many tribes of the Bay agreed a long time ago it should be avoided, for their hunters and people who stayed nearby for too long often fell sick, or even worse, brought back diseases to the settlements. Their traditions talk of a hidden and forbidden place at the center of the valley, nicknamed the Ill Mouth or the Sick Mouth. The Seeker was telling us about this the last time. The Mire Marshes are called the Ill Mouth. This is truly fascinating. Maybe this could explain why previous settlements failed. I believe there is more than just fairy tales in these warnings. The wise observation of historical and repetitive events made into stories like we do in the Old World. According to the only native of New Eden, this agreement to stay away from the valley approximately happened when the first white men disembarked in Roanoke Island. So around 1585? Does it mean nobody lived around in more than a does it mean nobody lived around in more than a century? I must learn more about this and about the past colonies in the area. I'm sure my students will love to know more about this. Deborah Comenius, schoolteacher of New Eden, August 1687. I wonder if that's the Deborah we've been hearing about. And actually somebody who has her head on straight. Well, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Um, well, on that enlightening note, I've just been alerted by Twitch over here that ads are about to start. So let's actually just hold up here as I'm once again hearing... Okay, let's just deal with the ghostly whispers, and then we'll hold up here and go to our ad break. Now that I know to listen for them, they're freaking me out. Anyway, so we'll step away for just a few moments, run some ads, block them if you got them. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes to continue on the road to Fort Jericho and see what the situation is over there and maybe learn more about Deborah finally. That would be nice. But yeah, stand up, stretch, do whatever you need to do to take care of you. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes. See y'all then. It occurs to me, I have no idea what the "Give me a moment to check for goat" is from. It feels like it might have been Resident Evil Village. God, who knows? We've streamed a not insignificant number of games with goat in. Oh yeah, it is just way up there, hey? Alright. And away we go. Oh yeah, there it is. I appreciate... I've said this before about other games. I'm going to keep saying it about this game now. I appreciate games that also include in-game signage even when they have objective markers. But just having literal signposting in games is just, it's a nice touch.
Where are you?
Oh. Hi?
Do you hear that?
Over here.
Yeah? Hello? Oh, hi? Can we help?
Buddy.
Did you see that?
What did you call me?
Let's follow it.
Well, hang on. Slight diversion. Normally, follow the ghost would be a terrible idea. But this is kind of how we do. But also, Okay, well, it is actually still a bad idea in our case. But we'll probably be fine. But I do want to point out that it sounded like she said farty. The little backstab that the zombie wolves do is so good.
Get back up!
By which I mean I hate it, but like, it's smart of them. It's a good maneuver.
I have another in sight.
There. Stop it.
This could be a good spot to cross. Up there.
To me.
I have concerns. If a ghost is calling you out, is calling out to you, pardon me, if a ghost is calling you out, you have to square up. But if a ghost is calling out to you, particularly if they seem to be leading you further and further up icy cliffs, don't follow, obviously. I don't care if you're a Ghostbuster. Like that, this just seems like a terrible plan. Obviously we're going, because I don't make good decisions, but I'm pointing
At
out
some point.
that what I'm doing is silly. So that you know that I know. And so that when it goes badly, you know that I did this, you know, knowingly. She's having insights. Arthur Fishlater might have been from that. Yeah, Arthur Fishlater, yeah, because I knew that Resident Evil Village was based on, or was inspired heavily by RE4, which had the fish what you could, like, shoot or stab for food. Yeah, so that's probably Resident Evil Village then. Why are my rings glowing? Why glowing? Oh! There's a roller coaster right over top of us. There it is. Okay.
The
Better
spot can't be
question.
far.
Yeah, how do we get to her? Is it... Oh, the roller coaster is an uppie. Ah, I misunderstood. Whee! Alright. Okay, she's over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and stay on Antea for a bit.
Hold there!
Excuse me?
Wait!
Oh, would you stop that, please? Wait, did you go the other way? Where are you? Okay, I don't see them down here, so I'm gonna assume they went this way.
Come back to me.
Yes, okay. Sounds like... Should have been doing that this whole time. Alright. I see a bridge. Okay, I see a trail.
Please. I am lost without you.
Alright, so it must go this way. Follow that ghost trail. There you are. Would you... Oh my god, okay. Man. We must really care about this.
Back down to hell!
We've gone so far in a circle, we're finding shortcuts. Okay, nothing in there. Hi, hello. Excuse me. Okay. when I press this button, I would really appreciate it if you don't, like, just teleport away. Please.
Here you are.
Good day. My name is Rebecca Hardgrave. How may I help you?
Step
You're the
1,
one who's attracted
don't
to
teleport away.
wolves.
Wolves? What wolves? Who are you exactly?
I'm Antea Duarte. This is Red McWraith. We're Banishers. Do you know what that means?
Banishers? That means... you can speak to the living on behalf of the dead.
That's part of it, yes. Why, do you have someone in mind?
Ferdinando Miller. My Fardy. Death parted us, but my love is strong.
It hasn't
I
stopped
came
being
back
silly.
for him. I love him so. But not once has he come to see me. I must know why.
Where can we find him?
New Eden's a big place. Where can we find him?
We were on our way to Fort Jericho. We were to open a store together. It was to be a new beginning for us both. Together. Yet he's there, alone.
I'm sure he's very unhappy there, alone, without you.
Oh, he is. At first I was able to visit him. In the quiet, as he'd slept. I'd watch over him. But now... something hinders me. I cannot reach him. I must know that he is well.
I have concerns.
We have to go now.
Find him, please.
Let's go find Bardi and ask some questions. Whee! Over we go. Really? Thank you all for gathering here. Nice, convenient fireball formation. That'll do.
Did we miss a few?
Ah, well. Goodness gracious. Alright.
Try this on.
Finish you off, if you please. That'll do. Good night. Whew. Now then, as I was saying.
What are you thinking?
It's more of a feeling. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Your senses are sharpening. She certainly didn't tell us everything.
Good, we're all on the same page. Nice talk. And away. That's a pretty
A
game.
peaceful place. In different times.
Before the nightmare's influence, you mean?
Let's reach the fort and a fire and warm you up.
Ooh, yeah. Blend.
Who's that?
Yes,
Whoop.
something
Thing.
here.
Lovely. Through the crack. We squeeze. And we squeeze. We slide.
Trouble ahead.
Yeah, was I hearing gunfire? I was hearing gunfire. Okay.
Spectres are attacking the fort.
Dig no ground. Hold fire.
Hey, bud. Surprise!
Can I join in too?
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
Away with you.
All right, your turn. Hee hee. Surprise, surprise! Woohoo! Oh, that feels good every time. Nope. Get away.
Have a bit of this.
I win. May I come in now? Oh, there's someone behind me?
I'm under threat.
Yep, sure is. Goodbye. Woohoo! That was your whole head.
Die, you bastard.
I'll tell you what you thank you. And in we go. Break your guard there. Go to sleep.
Hold there. None in, none out. Not living nor dead.
Can you make an exception?
I'm obviously a banisher. Open the door there. I've business within.
Your business is, if you'll excuse my articulating the evident, not my business. I have my orders. You can't come in.
I hear you, friend. What's your name?
The name's Andrew White, and you seem a pleasant fellow. I like a Scot, me, but standing here, I'm on duty. And when I'm on duty, I'm
As a
not
white
your
Andrew myself,
friend.
I'm offended.
Listen, mate. Folk in here have problems enough, and I can't be disobeying orders. Either priests or Pennington would have my guts, and I fancy neither.
Bennington knows me. He'll know I can help.
I'm sure he does. But put one dead man down, and 3 come back next day.
What does it look like to the
Around
living
here,
when
sweet
Antea takes
Victor
over? That's a great question, actually.
Bottom line is, the captain is indisposed, and I'll not add your complications to the pile. Now, you want to lend a hand? Mrs. Priest and her party are overdue. You can't miss the outpost. It looks out across the valley. If you could find her, and make sure she doesn't die, you'd surely gain her favor. And favor, as they say, opens doors.
Get in a fight and find your boss and dig her out of whatever hole she's in. All right. I can do that.
They have Spectre troubles. Let's first clear the nearby nest to relieve the fort, then deal with the missing.
Right. I'll likely be back.
Find our friends, Banisher. Or put them to rest.
I'll try.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I take care of the Spectre's nest, I'll go looking for the outpost.
Death
Alright.
knocks at their gates. No wonder they won't open.
They don't have a choice. Another attack may overrun them.
The nest might be near. There's a trail to follow in the snow.
Ooh. All right. Neat.
More coming.
Come and get your...
Hey. Round 2.
Get out of there!
No problem. Damn. Thought I was out of there. I was wrong.
You're done. Friend Spectres.
Love it.
The fort will run out of powder.
These pests don't spring from nowhere.
Follow the ghost smoke. Whee!
I have another in sight.
That must be one of the... Yeah, I was about to say. I was waiting for them to, like, move into view, and then they didn't, and I'm like, that must be one of the ranged ones. And it was!
Ready and waiting.
Good night.
That's it. That's the place. Fill in the hole. Bury them all.
Okay, but also, minecart shenanigans? Appropriate to have so much, like, ore in a mine. This, this. That. So much random loot. It is basically just a collectathon on its own. There we go. I'm sorry, I left you behind minecart. There we go. Now here. Here. Perfect. Get these. And open this. Okay, none of that actually helped me accomplish my goal. But it was fun. Okay, so that... Aha.
I should buy the fort a little time.
Let's hope it's not too late. Whee! Famous Mrs. Priest.
And we get to take him to the lift. I like that we get to do gondolas. That's always... It's a little bright spot. There we go. Oh, hang on. Is that... Thought I saw a glowy thing. Do I have to call it?
Stop.
Not call it.
Looks like you're walking.
Looks like.
I love that it gives you the option of taking the lift, and the game already knows that you cannot take E-lift. You know? Will it let me? It will let me in here. Okay. That lift don't go nowhere. The lift stays right here. Well, can I take that load? Can I take that lift? No, you can't take that load anywhere. Lift stays right here. Go. Add the stuff to our pile of stuff. Perfect. Whee! I know I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 more times. I love a snow level.
I wonder how many there are in the fort.
Fewer by the day, I'll wager. Still, better to be inside than out.
I can think of very few... games that have a snow level where the snow level isn't my favorite level. Like Phendrana Drifts and Metroid Prime. Prime example, pardon the pun. But there are just so many good snow levels out there. Hello? Where? Behind me.
They brought more friends.
Wow, this combo again? Alright. Let's go! You know what my weakness is. Well done. I have this now, though. Didn't have this last time. The green-purple combo is still, like, the worst.
The mountain is awash with specters.
Did the foraging party really come this way?
That would explain why they haven't returned.
Unless I find the green friend first. But they're both so evasive. And then the green friend can shield the purple friend. And it's just, Mario Kart Wii, yeah. Don't dislike it, but it's definitely not my favorite track. That's fair. Danger out of bounds, no hunting. Do you remember the name of the snowy level in the original F-Zero? Because I'm pretty sure it's... I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite track in that one. They're all so good, but it's definitely up there. The cars in F-Zero hover. How does ice affect their handling? The manual, I think, actually covered that, and I've forgotten the answer, but it does actually address that, which is very funny. Because they work based on, like, something to do with... Where it's not actually hovering, it's something to do with, like, magnets on the track and the ice because of the like... Or it's not magnets, like it's a light-based thing, and the refraction of the ice fucked it up. I can't remember, it's been so damn long. It was technobabble. But they did actually bother to come up with an explanation for why the ice still may just slip. It was not a good explanation, but it was an explanation.
Help us, please. We have a survivor. Come.
Oh, coming.
I suppose
Wait.
we should follow.
That was a ghost.
Dead survivor. Let's hurry.
Wait. Can't walk 5 feet in this town without tripping over a ghost.
This one's not been dead long.
Let's hope he stays that way.
Well. Is that the one we talked to? Or is that the survivor we're looking for? Materials delivery. Lieutenant, as required, this delivery includes 3 new measuring lines, 1 belt for lift system, 2 barrels of lamp oil, 10 pickaxes, and entirely paid for in advance. Davies. Shipping plan. February of 7 years ago. New Eden, City and Farms, 134 pounds. Europe, 458 pounds. Boston, 202 pounds. Alright. All seems pretty consistent.
Looks like they were taken by surprise.
If there's a survivor, they're not here. We push on.
Okay, so we're not here to activate the lift for the road back yet. Hey. Hey, hoi! Oh. Good night. Wait for it. I feel like Europe and Boston would be heavier than that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Woo! Gotcha. It's never just one of those. Yep. Uh-huh. There. Again, it always feels like we're being lured into traps with these ghosts. And thank you, Bad Road, belatedly. I went to say that a second ago, and then I got attacked by a ghost.
More efficient than cannon powder.
Isn't that what ghosts do? I mean, depending on the story and the mythos, yeah. Okay, we can't move that one. Okay, we can go up here. Ah. I realize someone's in danger, but loot. We'll come back for that. We'll come back for that, I promise. We'll come back. I think they're this way. Yes. Okay.
My bolt is shot!
Behind you!
Yes, but it's your shot bolt. That sounds large? What is that? Well, who cares? We're fighting it.
This isn't over yet.
Oh no.
That specter's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own.
No, you don't. Good night. Crap. What do I get for my hubris? Alright. That'll do. Is that a 5 combo, huh? Alright. Alright. Wait. Did see that. Alright. Woo! Okay. Uh-huh. You're so thick! Remember at the start of the stream when I was worried about us possibly being underleveled? Ignore it. We're fine.
I'm fine. Stop fussing.
Zip.
A timely arrival. You'll be Haskell's Banishers. Thank you. Thank you
Mrs.
both.
Priest?
You can see me.
Clear as day, just as I can see. This is my husband.
Oh.
I am Helen Priest.
Oh, I'm
Ante
sorry.
Duarte. This is my partner, Red McGrath.
'Tis rare that the living can see the lingering dead.
All I know is one day I woke after 7 long years of grief, and my Sebastian was back. It was as if my prayers had at last been answered. That was enough for me.
In times of danger, I am duty-bound to protect the woman I love. You understand?
What was death like for you? More
7
pressingly.
years. Why come back now?
7 years was also when Deborah died.
Suddenly, I felt her pain calling to me.
Divine intervention
Very
or
specific
otherwise.
number.
All that matters is that my dear Sebastian is back. Now, when I need him most.
We found the rest of your men outside. They're gone. I'm sorry.
We were overrun. I sent Matthews and Williams with the supplies to race for the hoist.
This was a risky expedition. But Helen had no choice. If the survivors were to rely on Pennington alone, the fort would have already fallen.
I suspect that's so. Sometimes difficult choices must be made. That's courage.
Yeah, they're literally bunkered down against an endless wave of the undead. At some point, they have to do a supply run.
Pennington did this while monsters relentless besieged the fort. But make no mistake, these men's deaths are on the captain's conscience. If he has one.
How so?
7 years ago, a plague came to New Eden. Pennington quarantined the sick in the mines, walled them up.
Oh.
They were dark times. Hard times. None knew what the morrow would bring. We all lost much.
Hang
Too
on.
much. As second in command, Sebastian volunteered to stay. Walled in with the others, he held out the longest. He died a hero.
And now the Forsaken are rising. They demand revenge.
Who would blame them? I watched them die. Soldiers and miners, sick and hungry, begging for help they knew would never come.
Captain Pennington has much blood on his hands.
I'm sorry. You've been through a lot.
We have. We are, and will persist till we prevail.
We should get back to the fort. We will escort you.
Alright, so Deborah died 7 years ago, and at the same time, there was a plague,
And
and
locked us in when I broke the latch.
If there's a way
Pennington
out, we'll
locked
find
the
it.
miners in. That's probably a coincidence. Yep.
Aye, still impressive.
Alright, the letter said that Deborah was a
Impressive.
school teacher.
You Banishers are quite something.
That's all her. I'm just the help.
Didn't they set us up in the schoolhouse the first night we were in town? Have
A
concern.
Banisher marched with my father's infantry. Good for morale, he said.
Soldiers usually carry their ghosts with them. War is good for our business.
I take it that's how you met. I know a soldier when I see him fight.
I never worked for the army, but something like that.
We need to go back and talk to Kate. We should do that next time, after we get these folks to the fort.
We'll come back for you, my friend.
My sympathies.
Oh, I can't. I was like, that way's back to the mine. Why are you going that way? You're just taking the long way around. Okay, alright, we're fine. Yeah, alright, so Helen can see ghosts, so yeah, a potential, like, future Banisher. Or witch. Which, yeah, we talked about last time that,
All of this for 2 miserable powder boxes.
if
How low has Pennington brought us?
if Antea hadn't been a Banisher,
Why did
could
you
have been a
follow
witch, and Seeker believes that
I
she would
followed
have
his
been better
reputation,
served being a
But
witch.
he's no longer the same man.
What would you do in his place?
I'm doing it. He sits behind his walls waiting for them to fall, and I'm out here fighting to live. We're fighting for our lives. The captain is in the way.
These internal conflicts are a risk for the stability of the fort.
A necessary risk for the survival of all. But I agree. This must end. You may leave the crates. I'll send someone back for them.
Yeah, the path should be quiet. We cleared the area of the Spectre's nest.
Well, that's a relief. Follow me.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, she's just a regular person who can see a ghost because the ghost chose to appear to her. Usually ghosts that are tied to a person, that person can see. Her being able to see Antea is a bit interesting, although I guess because Sebastian was there with her, Sebastian is probably giving her that ability because he's in proximity. But she doesn't have any, like, special ability to interact with, ward against, or communicate with ghosts at large.
What?
But her being strong,
Open the
good in
gates.
combat,
Priest,
and just chill about the
what are
dead
you lot waiting for? Open the gate!
means that she's probably a good candidate.
Go talk to Pennington. Make him understand, if you can.
Where can I find him?
He hides in his office. You'll find him there.
Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, look who got...
The
Who,
others?
Look who got on the fort. Hey, hey, bud. Hey, look who it is. It's me. I got
We
in.
were ambushed. They fell.
May God have mercy on their souls.
There's ammo in the elevator. Send Shepard and Abbott to bring it back.
Yeah, feel like a jackass now? Huh? Yeah, you feel yeah, yeah, yeah. Get back on the wall. Go. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Keep walking, jackass. Walking around with my namesake like that. Sure. It's fine. He's not that bad. Oh, but there's a fire in there. There's a campfire built on a wood floor, just like Mother used to make. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We can save anywhere we want. So that's where we'll call it a night. Hey, Dave. Yes, I am just being spiteful because we took out like an entire squad of specters and bonewalkers right outside their door while they were fighting for their lives, and then we're like, "Hey, can we come in the fort?" And they're like, "No, it's against orders." And it's like, "But keep Fuki," they're like, "No, you can't." And I thought it was rude, so I'm telling him what I think about it. So that's where we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. We'll be back with more of this on Nobody Gets to See the Wizard, not nobody, not know how. So we'll be back with more of this Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll get to chat with Pennington, who was the second of the three. What do they call themselves? Not the specials. The selectman. That was it. The second of three selectmen. He was the one who had the breastplate. So we'll go and chat with him next time and deal with the drama that is happening between he and Helen Priest. And get that all sorted, and also chat about what happened 7 years ago, and see if we can put some more of this mystery together. And honestly, we may also just pop back to the hunters camp and see what's happened with Kate back there in our absence. Jasmine, you want to come on to help me close the stream here? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, too bad you're doing it anyway. Okay. Well, I love you anyway. That's the plan for Thursday night. As for the rest of the week, check out the whole schedule at schedule.truck.community to see what our full stream team is up to, on what days, at what times, with links to everybody's channel, all on one convenient site, and that lovely address to see what's going on all week long. As for right now, here in just a little bit, over at twitch.tv/squirrelily, September and Soleil, I think, are still working on the kind of like secret bonus levels of Super Mario Wonder. A game that is lovely and trippy in equal regards. So we'll toss a raid their way here in just a moment. Jasmine, is that everything? Did I forget anything?
To pet her.
You don't care as long as you're getting armpit scratches. Fair enough. Thank you all. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely week. And I will see you next time. Good night. Good night, Jasmine.
She really does like her.